finally watched it, Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I was really looking forward to watching this film. It was one of those things where you go into a movie with optimism and you don't get disappointed. Let's get started. It was directed by Destin Cretton, who also directed Just Mercy. Let's talk about the characters. Shang-Chi was a complicated hero. You've seen this before in the MCU, having a father as a villain and he wants to kill a bunch of people. If you're familiar with the MCU, then then you know what I mean. Except here, I thought it was different. He moved to America in order to try and start over and have a new life. The only problem is his past is coming back to haunt him. I love the chemistry between him and Awkwafina's character, Katie. The banter that they would have was funny. I never felt like they had any romantic chemistry between them, but I could tell that they really cared about each other. She was able to deliver some comedy relief without compromising the seriousness of the moment, and I appreciated that. Her and Shang-Chi were two adults who haven't really found a purpose for their lives. So throughout the film, they pretty much discover that and a lot more. As for the villain, Wenwu, aka the Mandarin, was brilliant. You know, I don't know when was the last time I saw an MCU bad guy as compelling as he was, at least in a movie. I didn't expect to be so invested in his character. As much as this movie was an origin story for Shang-Chi, you also get an interesting origin story for his father. What is up with the MCU and having evil family members? I pretty much understood the reasons why Wenwu was doing his villainous things, but the way he did them was the problem. He was sympathetic and menacing at the same time. As for the fight scenes, they were awesome. They were well choreographed and shot. I enjoyed watching every single one of them, especially the bus fight. I was surprised that the bus fights took place earlier than I expected it to. And also, I noticed that the film was paying homage to multiple other martial arts films. I have to say, the trailers did not do this movie justice. I know trailers are not to give away too much, but wow, there were a lot of things that I didn't expect. The Ten Rings were both a criminal organization and weapons. I loved how the weapons could be used in multiple ways. Wenwu had his own way, and so did Shang-Chi. I definitely put them up there with one of the best weapons in the MCU. If I were to gripe about the movie, I'd have to say that it got a bit slow somewhere in the middle. I understand that movies can get some downtime, but I felt like the downtime really slowed down the momentum. I also get that downtime can give you some exposition and character development, but I just hope that they did it. I was hoping that they would do it a lot better. It really sucks that his father trained him to be a killer at such a young age. The flashbacks of his training were a bit dark. It kind of had that dark tone to it, but I think that's because the most of what they showed us took place at night. There are two post-credit scenes which are quite interesting, especially the first one. I think both of them might set up a sequel. I'm not sure. Towards the end of the film is where it started to get CGI heavy. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just stating that just like a lot of superhero films, you should expect that. In the end, Shang-Chi was an awesome movie. I enjoyed the story, not just about Shang-Chi and Wenwu, but also his little sister, Leung. She was also quite cool and tough. I feel like she might come across as annoying, but generally I liked her. There were plenty of heartfelt moments and exciting ones. Besides the downtime, where I feel like they could have shaved off 10 minutes maybe, this was an awesome movie. I'm interested in seeing the characters again in the future. With that said, I'm going to give Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings 4.5 stars. So, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, have you watched it? What do you think about it? Please tell me in the comment section below and have a good one.